right, welcome back, guys. This is Clay Fink. Not here celebrating like we have been the last few weeks, luckily, but unfortunately, we are breaking down a road upset, field storming loss. My voice is kind of fine now. I made a post about that. Blame Mark Stoops, but thank my mom for telling me to drink some hot water with honey. If you ever lose your voice cheering for the Noles too hard, hot water, honey. That's all I can say. All right, let's get into this film. We're going to start off with the offense here. Um, this game was so long that we just had to break this up into offense and defense. And not only was it so long, we're gonna have to get under the microscope a little bit for this one. This game was a little bit more important play to play compared to the Kent State and East Texas A&M games. But yeah, so we're gonna start off with the offense, split it up, um, and actually this is gonna be out after the defensive film. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But let's see how the offense looks. All right, so first play of the game, we got Sawchuck going into motion. Tommy, a little bit of a design QB run. Let's look at the end zone view. So Medley does a great job kicking out his man. Pettibone could do much better job getting to his landmark at the second level. But you have a mobile quarterback for this reason. He gets an extra 2.5 yards out of that. Not exactly a game defining play, but not the worst play to start off with. So hand off to Sawchuck. Medley's just paving the way right now, much like the offense did for most of this game, and that's going to be a theme. Yeah, I mean, Pettis was arguably even better than Medley actually on this rep. Watch this knockback he gets turning around this defensive end. That's really good. And Deuce has been basically like a Keon Johnny level blocker so far this year. Obviously, he has the same tools as those guys. I guess he's a little bit lighter than Johnny. Um, but the effort, it's there every play. All right, we've got Randy is the H back, and this is the first of many. Let's see if we can see anything from this view. We don't. This is pretty basic. This defensive end has just got his eyes on Tommy, puts his hand up to get in the passing lane. Let's get to the other view. This is a theme we're gonna start to see. I said that the offense was good. It was, but there were some concerning things and some things that I'm worried about for the rest of the year. And Tommy's low release point and tendency to lower that release point when he gets prone to having balls batted at the line of scrimmage, that's concerning. And obviously, it got worse throughout the game. I think he kind of got in his own head a little bit. And yeah, I mean, it led to that interception at the end. It's an issue, I think, to be honest. The stats would say it hasn't been an issue up to this year, but I think this game is when you heard like 5'9", 5'10" quarterback and you think about batted passes, this is kind of the outcome that you imagine in your mind is this type of thing. Good job by Sawchuck getting to the second level. I mean, the right side is just paving massive lanes right now. Virginia's not doing any help to their defensive line with their alignments right now either, leaving huge bubbles constantly. I think Gus does a really good job of exploiting that when he recognizes bubbles in the defensive line. I think this is just really good chemistry. I guess I'd like to. Yeah, I mean, so Deuce, this is the pass interference, the offensive pass interference on Deuce. He doesn't really get any knockback on this corner up here, but man, you can't go into somebody's frame at the top of your route with your arms at 6'6", your long arms completely extended. That's not even an effective way to create separation in the first place. It's just an effective way to get a penalty. So, I mean, awesome reaction time after he turns around there to track that ball coming right at him. Great placement from Tommy. Under pressure too. But you kind of see that release point again. Yeah, man. I mean, he's pretty consistently altering his release point when he's under pressure. And not in the right way. It's tough to be accurate when you're lowering your. I mean, he does it. He did it again there. I don't even care about the coverage, the receivers on this play. Good pass protection. I want to watch this throw. That's what I'm worried about on this play. What are you doing, dude? Set your feet and throw your check down. Tommy was not the reason they lost this game. Not even close. Not even top 10 reasons they lost this game, in my opinion. But dude, you will. You will lose them a game. He's wide open. Wide open. That's not even a top 5 or a bottom 5 throw for him in this game. We haven't seen a very large sample size on Tommy entering this game, and was not great when we did. All right, little screen to Mackay. Get Gunner and Luke out in space. Good blocks by both. Luke might have, he did get called on that. Couldn't remember. Yeah. I mean, you can see the running back history for Mackay. The sky's the limit for him. I mean, the way he can read through traffic, burst through a hole at any time, and like the ball skills at the catch point that we saw last week. It's a special combination. All right, let's see. Run game. Oh, tackle low. Wait, no. Sorry. Wow. I mean, Medley Oh yeah. Okay, this is the fumble. Has Medley been your best run blocker this year? I think he probably has. We'll get to some better blocks later in this game, but man, whew. And I don't really know what happened on this. I've watched this play like 500 times. I guess 55 gets a hand on the ball and rips it out. I don't know. I don't know. Sawchuk does not fumble. He hasn't fumbled in 2 years. So I'm sure he was just as shocked as we all were. Coaching staff was shocked. I personally was shocked that they didn't go away from him after this, like they have for Keziah Holmes in the past. Yeah, this is. I just talked up Danzy, and he's awesome for 90% of this rep. So he's going full speed there, and he just completely sits down on that route. That's perfect. That's pretty much unguardable without some sort of second level help, like a linebacker fading over, something like that. Um, and he drops it. So, I mean, it's a perfect ball by Tommy. It's a great pocket. You can't ask for a much better spot to be in than that. And Sorry, I feel the voice fading a little bit. No, he does punch it, but 19 on 19 crime. Damn, he stepped over him too. That's brutal. All right, let's see. Obviously, we retained possession on that. That was considered a incomplete catch after they went to the officials' booth. I think that was the right call, personally. I don't think that was a catch. Gus, for the first time, pulling out one of his little Danzy reverse end around fakes, hands it off to Sawchuk. And who's he running behind? Medley, Pettis, Biscuit. Y'all know, I mean, I love all offensive linemen, obviously. I love Gunner and Ritchie, but this right side as a blocking group is really, really impressive. I mean, Medley, that shouldn't be a pancake, but it is. He turns it into a pancake for no reason. Oops. I think I posted on Twitter about this when it happened live. I just really like the timing on this. These are clearly two best friends, like that they've run this before many, many, many times. Despite both being newcomers, the chemistry is evident. Hits him directly in stride. Strong hands. Knock on wood. We know what's coming. We'll go to the end zone view here. Let's see. So Randy as the H-back comes in motion. Pettis down blocking. Are you... Hold on. Ah. That's on Richie, unfortunately. I just completely missed this on my first watch. So watch Richie at left guard here. Gets swiped, put on his hands and knees. Pettibone can't climb to the second level. This defensive tackle is the immediate threat. And if Richie can't take him over, Pettibone can't abandon his initial assignment. So linebacker gets free. He's Sawchuk in the hole. Unfortunate. The guards were probably your two best offensive linemen in this game, Richie and Medley, despite that play. This was one of Tommy's first, like, really rough misses on the year, I think. And you know what? Wonder if you can chalk that up to a low altered release point, because Randy Pittman is getting driven back into his face, and Tommy does not feel comfortable. He's not a 3/4 arm throwing motion type of guy. That's not how he throws the football in a clean pocket under, just if he's passing to a coach. He throws it overhand or over the top, directly over the top. Like, it's honestly pretty fundamental in his upper half. His lower half's a different story. But I don't think this was really a thing that I saw in the Boston College tape. But certainly, granted, he hasn't been under quite as much pressure before this game. It was not a thing I saw in the games prior to this. But I think you can chalk up that missed throw to trying to throw it like 3/4, whatever you want to call it, sidearm. Good pocket here. Let's see. I think this is a pretty nice route by Deuce, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Yeah. Get the false start. Doesn't matter. Convert anyways. I mean, Deuce, I think this was kind of a coming out party for Deuce a little bit. I mean, obviously he had a big time game against a terrible team. earlier in the season, but this is a Power Four team, and outside of one play, he looked dominant. And that's not actually, before I get to the end zone view, which is what matters for the run game, that is not only in the receiving game. Deuce is a dominant blocker. I don't think this was his best block, but like you just look at the effort. He's at the bottom of your screen here. Never mind. Nope. I'm thinking of a different play. That is completely on me. Nice. Yeah, he's actually the reason that Keziah gets tackled. So good job, Clay. All right. Another Keziah. This is the Keziah drive. That's what I'd like to call it. And then you never see him ever again. He just disappears off the face of the planet. No, I think he gets a few more reps, but like, man, I'd sure love to watch the guy with the best jump cut on the team. And yes, I know that Usman Kroma is on the team. Look at this. That is just a ridiculous amount of ground to cover on a jump cut. I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here because I think there's no better time to do it. This dude, honestly, he probably should have transferred because it's utterly ridiculous. He was probably the best pure runner on the entire roster last season. He's maybe the best this year. I mean, it's probably Usman. I don't want to. Hold on. We're not getting into this play. He's maybe the best this year. It's probably Usman. And he does not get touches. The year before, 2023, he would come in and he was effective every time. And he doesn't get touches. It's mind-boggling to me. And I love a lot of these other backs, but I know he's probably not a pro. He's probably like 24, 25 years old at this point. But man, like, if he's a good running back, feed him. I think it's very simple. All right. Actually, I don't know if I want to watch this from this angle. I guess we can. Okay. This is the Tommy interception from the pocket where the defender kind of makes a freak play in the backfield and bats the ball, catches it as he bats it. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Squirrel is totally fine on this play. This is not whatsoever on Squirrel. All right. So now let's get to this other view. Watch Tommy. I think Usman sells the handoff fine. Obviously, you have a free rusher. That's a guarantee on this play. That's part of the play. Look at his feet. I don't know. I'm overanalyzing. Like, a good quarterback is throwing a screen basically off of any platform. Like, it just does not matter.
I'll get right back to Clay's film review, but first, let me tell you about our friends over at Sleeper. Listen, Clay's going to give you some really good insight this year, and if you can use that in any way to your advantage for the more or less on Sleeper, go do it. We'll play that game every Wednesday night that we preview. Richie and I will try and help you make some money. It's very simple. You go pick more or less on any game player that's happening in college football, the NFL, NBA when it starts, NHL when it starts. You can do it for La Liga right now. I saw that you could do it for Barcelona. Anything you're following, go play the more or less game, make some money. Use our code DFNS for a 100% match up to $100. You won't regret doing that. Make sure that you are using the Sleeper app for your eliminator leagues, for your fantasy football, for any kind of pick'em pools that you have. Sleeper has the best interface that you'll find. They have a great score bug where you can follow all of your favorite teams, select them as favorite, whatever you're needing to do. Sleeper is your one-stop shop for all things football and sports beyond. Make sure you check Sleeper's terms of use. Terms and conditions always apply. We appreciate Sleeper for their support. Now back to Clay.
He's not an NFL passer. Like, you can't get away with that like these NFL quarterbacks can. I just don't get it. Awesome job by Randy there. He had a game, man. I mean, you could probably argue he was your most valuable player. Third player ever in FSU history to have a rushing, receiving, and passing touchdown in a single game. Yeah, man. Uh-oh. Y'all know what time it is. Dang, my water's cooling off. All right. We got Chroma. Pittman comes across. Richie and Pettibone doing a nice job. And Gunner. Just a really well blocked up run. I mean, how many times, like, I hate to give this spiel during a film review of a loss. How many times did you see holes like this last year? Pause. You didn't. You didn't see them, like outside of the Charleston Southern game. Usman hits it, gets a little few yards, first down. That's all you can ask for. Hand it to him again. I'm so glad that I get to break this play down, dude. Like, these are the type of plays I was imagining when I'm spam posting about. Actually, I'll go back to the other view. When I was spam posting about Usman Chroma when he flipped to FSU on signing day. This should be a loss of 3 yards, 2 yards. Right there. Should be. No, he's going to make it a 4-yard gain, and then he's barely going to go down with like 4 people tackling him. Sure, man. True freshman, 4th highest graded running back in the country. Whatever. All right. Where'd he go? Oh, he's gone. Interesting. Not sure why that is. All right. Traditional drop back pass. Randy Outbreaker. Oh, yeah. Just like a high-low. This is good. Just like trust your guy to go up and get it. Like Virginia does not have the guys on the perimeter to cover a Deuce Robinson. I actually do need to go back and show the double move in all 22. So we're watching up here at the top of the screen. This is not the double. Not the double move. It's just a straight up, I'm better than you play. Just runs by. You're 6'6", 225 running by dudes, hitting a 360 at the catch point, and then just breaking a tackle on the sideline to get 20 more yards? What? All right, man. Sure. That's why he was a 5-star. Let's see here. Saw Chuck in the red zone. Oops. All right. Randy Pittman is the H-back, motions back to the backside. Medley, once again, really good job sealing his guy off. Pettis, not so much. Biscuit overshoots his man at the second level, and it's a wrap from there. Got a good, 5 yards, 6 yards, though. So let's see the end zone view here. Okay, so Hansen down blocks. Biscuit seals this guy off, attempts to, at least. And sorry, I think that's actually no. That's Pettibone. Loses his man. Really, I mean, you just have to dominate on that play if you want to succeed there. It's a high bar to clear. All right, so we really don't have numbers in the box here. Or do we? That helps. Sawchuck. Little Wildcat action. I feel like we saw the rebirth of the Gus Wildcat this weekend. Just a good enough job by Richie and Pettis, barely. Um, that's pretty much what they're supposed to do, but whew, cut it close. All right, Chroma tries to make something out of nothing. Can't do it this time. Hansen is getting stood up right now. Yeah, we'll keep watching. I don't want to keep like pausing and going on tangents, but I'm a little concerned about Hansen. He I think if you wanted to place the blame on whoever is to blame for the very last play of the game, which obviously is a stupid like logic, I think he is the reason that play failed. Hansen's usually super explosive out of his pass sets, and we'll get to it later, but he was not on this day. Usually had a false step, very uncharacteristic. That was actually the play where he got hurt, I guess. Vrisian now, which was hoping to see Lucas, but I digress. All right. Pretty solid job by Pittman on the perimeter. That's a cut and dry. I'm going to skip past this. We've all seen Jalen Lucas reverses. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Man down. Oh. Oh no. Woo. I think we'll look at this from the other angle. Play action. Ooh, just a little. Ooh, excuse me. I mean, this is why you go and get him, right? Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that was kind of an omen for or a foreshadowing of the rest of the night right there. Like, obviously, we didn't suffer because of the fumble there, but it was uncharacteristic for Tommy so far this season, and turnovers became a theme. So, all right. First of Randy's 3 touchdowns. Let's see what we got up front. A lot of big bubbles. That's my first thought. This is a horrific play call. I think I would be throwing cans at my television screen. Actually, not cans. I'd be throwing baseballs, maybe bricks at my television screen in live action if I was a Virginia fan. You've got this hole, this hole, this hole. This linebacker's got no design. I mean, he's not even coming to the box. This guy's not in the box over here. And who is that quarterback? A tight end. What are we doing? Do you think they're going to pass the ball? They will later, granted, but like what are we doing? What are we doing? I'll take it though, you know. There was a lot of that in this game though. It felt like Virginia really gave them this game on a silver platter and they just did not capitalize. All right, so hand off to Sawchuck here. Just good job pushing the pile, getting some extra yardage. Not super pretty up front, but you can live with that. Oops. Little RPO. I mean, dude, this is one of the more frustrating plays of the game for a few reasons. So let's count, okay? We've got 1 Squirrel White. We've got 1 LaWayne McCoy on the left side of the field. Out to the field. It's a lot of space. but we have two defenders. Well, one of them has to catch the pass. I would say that's Squirrel White. He can catch it. Lewayne can block his man up perfectly. There's nobody else out there. Oh yeah, and also, maybe Gus just trusts Squirrel in space to beat a corner, which obviously Squirrel is awesome on screens, but it's not exactly the matchup you want, even if it's Squirrel. Let's remember Tommy is scared I don't know if scared's the right word. He's in his head every time there's a free rusher in his face. So he puts this ball low. Squirrel is in a complete squat, completely bent over. I'm not going to say it, but you know what we're thinking. And yeah, he blown up play. Lewayne McCoy did his job, but play drove me nuts in real time, and I don't know. If I'm misinterpreting that, I'm not like the X's and O's expert or anything, but like, good lord, mind-boggling stuff. All right, so yeah, I think this is like the fifth or sixth time this year that they've pulled Pettis. Um, I'd like it to be the last time, personally. Uh, your quarterback is just too fast for Pettis to be his lead blocker ever. You can get away with it with Gunner, Richie, Medley, obviously Pettibone. You can't get away with it with Pettis. He's just too slow. He really did his job there. He's just too slow. All right, traditional drop back pass, timing, chemistry, deuce, hands, body control on the sideline. Yeah, man. Like this is what it looks like with Tommy and Deuce in just moving up the field, moving the chains. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll take a 6'6.5", 225-pound wide receiver who can move like that near the sidelines any day. Thank you very much. I've seen a lot of talk about Deuce's draft stock. It's going to be something fun to monitor. Here we go again. The Deuce drive. All right. Great protection despite Hansen getting put on his butt. I guess we'll. Actually, wait, no, I need to show the devil move. Okay, so watch. We all remember they showed it in live time. Deuce just sits down. This dude's legs are below, if not parallel. Then he loses his footing at the sticks. Deuce builds like 7 feet of separation. Yeah, goes up and gets it near the sideline with the safety coming in, draws the targeting penalty. Yeah, that's what it looks like. We'll get to this more later. I question the tight end usage once again. Why is this Biscuit instead of Landon Thomas? The play works, but why is this Biscuit? I mean, wow. I don't think I noticed this on my initial watch, but awesome rep by Richie here. Watch how he mirrors. He attaches quickly to this defender's frame, and he stays attached, gets his left hand displaced, reattaches, continues to anchor. That's an awesome rep by Richie Leonard. That's really good. Because with the way that Gunner got put down on his butt on that play, if Richie got beat, that play does not end in this team in the red zone. All right. Little motion. Oops. Kai Danzy motion. I feel like this they haven't really pulled out much Makai Danzy like motion stuff in the red zone. So I wonder if they're setting up for something with this. There's just not a lot to complain about with the offense. Like it's like 8 plays all game. And outside of that, like they were pretty dang good, man. Like they look good. All right. A little slow. Dude, I mean, obviously that's not like the perfect rep, but Richie got out there. He got out there and really got out in space and hit some dudes. Actually, this was the first time in real time that I noticed Sawchuk looking a little bit timid. I think typically he'd plant his foot a little bit quicker here and cross this little space, try and hit this crease. He doesn't, and he kind of gets tripped up on Richie's feet and ends up getting tackled. All right, so true drop back. Yeah, man. All right. So the blitzer, and this is kind of just something you have to take your lumps with, or not the blitzer, the looper, sorry. On this stunt over here on this side, the looper, number 17, gets to build up momentum and get a little bit of a speed to power going against Luke Pettibone. When you're an undersized center, that's just kind of something that happens. Yeah, pocket collapses. Tommy gets out of there, breaks the first attempt at a sack, and is able to throw it away. So consider that a victory, I guess. 3rd and 3. Let's see what we got. 2 backs. Jalen Lucas back there, motions out. Give it to Sawchuk. First down. All right. Let's watch Medley here. Dude, like, he's just about as steady as it gets in the run game. Pass game, a little different, but he's, I mean, that's good by, wow. That's actually even better by Pettibone. Look at that pancake. But, man, I mean, this O-line, I know what the PFF grades have said. I know I post PFF grades every day, but I don't know. I just I don't understand it for the O-line here. All right, so we're going to get the quick out to Randy, lined up as the tight end here. Yeah, just get out of bounds. Okay. Go deep downfield for Squirrel. Yeah, okay. I was going to point this out. I do think they missed one on Makai here. I think Makai kind of gets held right at the UVA logo. If you watch him here. But who knows? Tommy overthrows Squirrel. So missed opportunities. There's a whole lot of them. Pretty good protection, though. Gunner's got the long arm straight to his throat. That's brutal. Watch this dude. Watch the left tackle over here. Got his hand in his neck. It's going to hurt tomorrow. All right. I mean, oh, that's ugly. All right, let's watch the end zone view. All right. Richie needs to latch on a little bit more. Gunner needs to latch on. I don't know what you call this. I'm gonna be fully transparent. I do not know what that play call is, like what that concept is. Somebody please comment it because Gus loves it, and I'm shocked that I've like never seen a video about it or anything, but I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, we see a little bit of the continued downfall of Sawchuk here. Not downfall is harsh, sorry. He's still a very good player. I feel like we're being a little harsh on him after this game, myself included, just because Keziah and Usman were so good, but he's been awesome this year. I just no, actually, that's not really on him. Yeah, I mean, as much as we've talked about Medley being an awesome run blocker all day, he's not on this rep. So watch the right guard here. 90 just has an explosive first step, crosses his face, gets across, textbook stuff. He's ready to wrap back inside if he needs to, but he doesn't. So he wraps up Sawchuk, TFL. Really good stuff by him. Rough by Medley. Sorry, Sawchuk, for doubting you. I've watched so much film today of this game. There's so many plays in this game. I'm like, they're blurring together. Notes are not as comprehensive for the offense as the defense. Oh. All right. Got this toss option to Sawchuk. Tommy keeps it. Nothing there. I don't really know if that was the right move. I don't think it was. Dang. Voice is fading. All right. Tommy, boot out. It's a laser to Luane. Just a total laser. One of his hardest throws of the season outside of the Pittman touchdown to end the game. But I mean, really just perfect timing. Well, not perfect, but like, you know what I mean. Fits it right in there. That's good stuff. Yeah, you are not guaranteed to get those throws from Tommy. All right. Hand it off to Sawchuk. Nothing there. Let's see. So Gunner, I think if I remember correctly. Oh no. Gunner does a good job on this duo with Richie. And then Richie kind of falls off the block from 90 once again. Yeah, Richie just falls off that block. So, I don't know if there's been a single offensive lineman without a mistake today, obviously. But, like, man, they've been good for so many of these plays. It's just catching me off guard whenever they have these really, not really, but like rough-ish mistakes. Like I expect better from Richie executing a duo block. All right, so good pocket here. Nope. I mean, this is why I talked about the timing with Deuce earlier. It's not there with all of them. And I think a lot of that can be attributed to Squirrel being fast, but like, same with Mackay, but like, this ball should have been out. If that ball is out, he's getting across this logo. He's getting probably to the 40-yard line, I think. And instead, he doesn't even get the first down. What are we doing? It's a fine pocket, you know. Medley kind of clears things out. Pittman's doing the dirty work over here. It's truly a Swiss Army knife. Calm little pancake for Randy Pittman. Love to see it. Squirrel just gets leveled. Not the only time on the day that he'll get leveled. If you know, you know. All right, another handoff to Sawchuck. Looked like he had a decent hole at the first level. Nobody really. What? Okay, so. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Luke Pettibone is supposed to peel off on this and cover. What's number? Number one? Yeah. Pettibone's supposed to peel off from this double team over here. Covering block number one, try and seal him off so Sawchuck can hit right here, I believe, between Pettis and Medley. Yeah. Instead, Pettibone does not peel off, and 27 is also there. So I believe that's Devin Neal, number 27. If you want to, look up where he went to school in high school. It's Lexington, Kentucky, if you were curious. It's time for the Usman Chroma Show. Welcome back. All right. Motion him over. We're going to pull Richie and Gunner. Gunner, great job kicking out this D end. Tommy, poor guy, is just getting completely leveled in the backfield. I'm kind of surprised they didn't throw a flag, or at least not that it. I thought they'd consider this maybe as some sort of penalty. I don't know what it would be, but something. I was surprised by that. All right. Now let's watch just Usman. Shift our focus to the primary here. Good job finding that hole. Puts his foot in the dirt. Just instantly, I guess you can call that a jump cut, but he didn't even have to jump cut. Navigates through traffic there. Probably goes for a touchdown if Deuce and Squirrel, or if Lil Wayne and Squirrel are blocking their asses off, but they are not. So, yeah. I mean, that's just give him the ball, dude. Just give him the ball. It's so simple. Oops. All right. Let's watch how far he jump cuts right here. Foot is in the ground. Right here on my screen. Now it's here. All right. Oh, what's that? Another foot? Oh, excuse me. What? That shouldn't be possible. Hold on. Oh, bye-bye. Lil Wayne McCoy wasn't even ready for him to force that missed tackle. He's like, oh shit, I blew my blocking assignment. I'm just gonna stand here, Usman beats the dude so fast that Lil Wayne becomes the blocker. He's got to beat Lil Wayne to get to the second level. Lil Wayne's damn near the one who tackles him on this play. He's probably in disbelief himself. What did I just watch? Special. All right. I didn't really see the vision on this on my rewatch or live. Thought this was a bit of an interesting play call. I see the bubble. I do. You need a better block from Pettis there. And it looks like he's not supposed to make a better block. He's looking laterally, like he's supposed to climb from this number 11, which would make zero sense. But he totally blows that play up. So I don't know who else he would be blocking. So it's on Pettis. All right. Fake jet to Jalen Lucas. Yeah, I mean, he just gets wrapped up from the backside, dude. Like that's just really, 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 really good football IQ. Like there's going to be a few plays on the defensive side that we're going to watch later, mostly by Mandrell this year. But if you can beat the puller, like Richie was trying to pull for that dude on that play, and he just couldn't get there because he read it so fast. Seemed like a pretty small hole that Usman hits there. Let's see. Put the foot in the ground. Medley clearing the lane out. Pettis trying his best. Not doing great. Doesn't really matter. Usman's just going to bounce off of this tackle right here. Get a few 4 or 5 more yards. So, no big deal. All right. Another one. Another jump cut. I'm going to say this all season, but I'll keep banging the drum until they give him the most touches on the offense. That's all I'm saying, dude. Like, is this not clearly your most talented player on the team? I think. I don't know, man. I just don't get it. Like, what's the deal? Oh, wait, I guess I should watch this from this angle. So, finally pull out the Danzy end around. Run it to the different direction this time. And we've got we've got the toss. Man. He's like too fast for his own blockers on this one because you're giving them a little bit too much space to have to cover by running this to the field side. Kind of question that. I feel like they've more often than not run it to the short side of the field, the side they're closest to. Could be off base on that. Quick pass. Yeah, once again, I was gushing about Danzy earlier and his hands and skills at the catch point, but we did see some warts in this game. Real quick, let's watch this release point. That's lower than usual. Danzy nearly drops this ball, but he does end up pulling it in, so can't complain too much. All right, on this one, I think Tommy has the option to throw screen to Squirrel, but I could be wrong. And he tucks and runs. Good blocking by Deuce. Yeah, good decision. Love it. I'd like to say this is fight song, but like, look at Rand. Actually, I guess I should show him from the other angle. I wasn't even going to mention it, but like, look at him. He's not looking for the ball. Like, they've got fight song. For those who are unaware, fight song is the play that Gus and Norvell have run in the past, especially with Biscuit, but now with Pittman here, where they line up at left tackle and they put their left tackle out in space at receiver. I don't think Pittman is expecting a pass on this play. I think this is a diversion, like something they've built off of fight song. So cool. I worry a little bit about Gus maybe getting a little bit too deep into the bag of tricks against Virginia. Obviously, they still lost, but all right. This was not great by the right side, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Pettis is obviously there's a free rusher on the end of the line of scrimmage, but Pettis Just you have to, you can't one hand attempt to block that guy. Far too strong for that. Hell, I want to get a good. Yeah, man. Uh, would he probably have preferred to save this for a different game? Maybe this weekend. Yes, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So they're expecting the run now after expecting the pass earlier for some reason. All right, what's he gonna do? They're all crashing. This is my favorite part is that he's like wrapped up in the air. Ball is still in his hand. He is wrapped up by a defender. Dime. Doesn't matter. All right. So next drive after the touchdown by Randy Pittman, we've got Deuce Robinson at the bottom. He's going to get up and be physical with this corner and just do an awesome job tracking this ball here. That's about as good as it gets. That's a dime by Tommy. Great protection by the offensive line. Yeah, that's what you want. Just an awesome game by Deuce. This is not awesome. Actually, I think we'll just real quick. Shout out to Lawayne McCoy up here in the slot. Great job getting some separation. We have the linebacker layering underneath him, so you can't really throw it to him, but good job on that route. It's a pretty clean pocket. I don't totally know what happened here. Did Deuce run the wrong route? Did Tommy just miss his throw? Who knows? But all right. Little motion to Chroma. Let's see, what's he gonna little spin move to throw off a defender. Oh, excuse me. I mean, what is that? That's supposed to be like -2 yards, and he turns it into 3. Something like that. Excuse me. Yep. I mean, I can't say it enough, man. Cannot say it enough. Drop back pass. We've got, is that Mackay, I think? Yeah. Mackay comes across the middle, shallow crosser. Woo! I don't think I noticed this on my rewatch. Hold on. Okay. Let's watch Gunner's pass set. Gunner's usually really good at pass setting. I mentioned this earlier. Oh, it's his hands. Well, he like that's odd. That's bizarre. Very poor hand placement there from Gunner. It's like he's trying to smack down the defender's hands almost, but that's no. All right, under center. We'll fake the end around. Got a few blockers in space. Tommy just slides, gets a few yards. I like this. This was good. Like, this was one of my favorite play calls by Gus. Another great block by Randy Pittman there. Show that real quick. Down here. Just gets the guy out of the play. All right. Drop back pass. Literally nothing open. I do question. I know they have the spy. It seems with 5. I question if Tommy needed to pull this as soon as he did, but we also haven't seen these receivers really in a scramble drill very often. I don't know how well they improvise to Tommy out in space. This is awesome. This is really good. This is The chemistry we've been talking about with Tommy and Deuce. Perfect timing here. Shout out Stur. Um, yeah, he's got a man in his face. He goes over the top. I'll show the other view in a second. He puts it where only his man can get it, and Deuce tracks it perfectly. Love it. Not the first down, but you live with that. It's whatever. Look at that. He's got a man in his face. He goes over the top. All right, Tommy. I see you. I know you're going to revert back at the end of the game, but still. Run play, Chroma. Let's see. I think Richie gets blown up if I remember correctly. Yeah. Oof. A little bit of everything, actually. Bad read by Pettis, I think. Oh, yeah. Pettis slips. This is his mark. Busted play. Roll out. Yeah, this is I won't spend too much time on it. We've discussed it all game. The fear when faced with a free rusher, altering the arm angle, altering his platform. Yeah, not great, man. Not great. It's a really bad underthrow, if you couldn't tell. Really, nothing comes open here. They drop almost everybody in coverage. And yeah, O-line does enough, gives him enough time, but nothing open. So he runs, gets the first down. All right, drop back pass. Oops. Good route here by Luane at the top of your screen. Does a good job sitting and then moving once he sees Tommy. Kind of pump faker initially. Tommy hits him, gets some yards after catch, goes out of bounds. It's good. I mean, this is maybe his first career start, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong. Oops, sorry. I just totally skipped that play. All right. Hand off to Sawchuk. Great job by Pettis here. Great job by Medley. Wait. Yeah, we're going long, so I'm not going to dwell on that for too long. I do not know. What I do know is that a really good running back can make something out of that. Not to throw a diss at Sawchuk, but yeah, I don't know what went wrong there, but I know that I've seen players make something out of that. Quick toss, get out on the perimeter. Really nice block by Randy Pittman. Pretty good by Luane. About as good as you can expect. I mean, he's a wiry receiver, so whatever. I was kind of surprised. I know he's outside of the tackle box, but man, I was surprised he didn't get an intentional grounding. I don't. Oof. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we all remember this play. All right. Tommy drops back. O-line collapses. Let's check the receivers before we go to the other end zone view. All right. Deuce is running a fade. Not ideal, considering that's a terrible play. And there's a guy sitting over here. Randy is running a crosser. Once again, guy sitting over here. Luane running maybe what looks like post or something. Guy sitting here. No, Luane comes free. But like, what is the thought process on this route concept? And I'll admit the O line doesn't give him enough time for this imaginary route concept to come open. But like, what are we expecting here? What's the best possible outcome? Like Tommy makes the throw of the century. Well, shit, he kind of did. He hit the crossbar. Shout out. Hey, that takes skill. I'll pretend to believe that's what he was trying to do. All right. Sawchuk tries to block this free rusher. Fails. Tommy panics. Once again, despite being faster than this guy. I'm being hypercritical of Tommy, but like he's the catalyst of this team. And despite having a good game overall, there's just such a recurring theme with the bad plays. And like I really want to get that across. Like if he does fall off a cliff, which I don't think is going to happen, I do think that would be why. Because, dude, you have to handle pressure better than this. You just have to. You're too fast not to. You can escape this situation if you have to. And instead, you're like hesitating, thinking about running. This is why I said after the game, I wonder if he's 100%. I don't think he is. Because, like, seriously, you think this dude would play if he was, or wouldn't play if he was 80%? No, he's playing. Like, let's be real. This is probably his best play of the year. I don't think that's an overstatement. It's either this or the touchdown to Deuce in the side of the end zone, the one-handed. But, you know, he's under pressure, not the same type of pressure. He can't see it. He has no idea the pressure's coming, but he gets cracked as soon as he releases this ball, rolling to his offhand side, and you just pretty much cannot place a ball, time a ball any better than that. That is as perfect as it gets. That is pristine. Like that is unbelievable. Randy dives, only places it where he can get it. Neil. All right. Oops. All right. First play of overtime. Wait, was it? No. Here we go. First play of overtime. Handoff to Usman. Not really too much there. I believe that's Pittman. Yeah. So you get Pittman comes in motion and kind of just blows this play up. Really, I don't love Pettis's like double team technique. I don't even know if that's a traditional double team that he was doing there. I guess I don't really know what you'd call that. Very normal change of direction here to hit that hole, break that tackle. Very normal stuff. We're going to watch it again. Very normal. Yeah. That wasn't too crazy. I'm excited, if you can't tell. He's really good. So, really, really good. Throwback. I mean, this is kind of why I've been talking about that all game, you know, right? You have this big defensive end, long arms, tall, coming at you, and Tommy panics, underthrows this ball that probably goes for a touchdown. Look at these numbers. You've got 3 offensive linemen. Luane's already blocking this guy. If you look, Richie is looking to peel back and come back for number 90. That leaves 2 on 1. I mean, I guess maybe the safety can get there. One of these offensive linemen can meet him. That's a touchdown. That is a touchdown. It is, straight up. And Sawchuk has a right to be mad. Let's watch the release here. 15 is unblocked. But you have a rollout for that reason, dude. Like that's It's not even the release on this one. It's the. I, I'm being so critical, but like honestly, he's short. Like what? What's he supposed to do? I guess that's a QB coach question or something because like I've been criticizing him for lowering his arm angle. I'm criticizing him for leaving his feet. Is he? Is that? Just, I mean, am I answering my own question? Is it because he's short and like that's why short quarterbacks don't exist at the NFL level? Like I don't know, dude. Like it's just so odd to me. All right, next drive. Um, quick comeback to Deuce. Thought this was kind of an interesting first play. Um, Randy had zero angle on the defensive back that he was supposed to block here. Just didn't really make a ton of sense. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I haven't praised him enough when he's been good, but like you have to hit these throws, dude. You have to hit these throws. That's a perfect pocket. You have a perfect base. You that ball is touching the turf. Randy Pittman has like 2 drops in his career, dude. Like you have to complete that pass. You have to. There's no excuse. Nice pass blocking by Usman. Noticing. Squirrel at the bottom of your screen. Tries Deuce up top, tries to get this corner to bite on the double move. He does a little. And we all know what happens next. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So could have won the game there. Well, no, not won, but put yourself in a position to win. So, yeah. Um, I didn't get this far in my rewatch. I did not expect them to actually have the field rush on the film. I was not expecting that, I must say. Um, all right. Real quick before we go, I would like to, I guess we'll go back to the other view. So I mentioned this earlier. I am a huge fan of Gunnar Hansen's pass sets, at left tackle here at 335 pounds. I think he's extremely explosive out of his stance, really rarely undersets defensive ends, like stays too far inside and lets them get around him. He undersets here. I don't know what's going on with his inside foot, but he undersets right there. Hold on. Let me go like super slow. So watch his inside foot at left tackle right there. That's a bad base. He's caught off balance. He's not in like maintaining his half man leverage, keeping half of the defender between him and the quarterback. That's a recipe for disaster. And then you combine that with a free rusher on the other side, barbecue chicken. So, yeah. Congratulations to Virginia. Um, very frustrating loss. Um, yeah, but honestly, at least this was there were some things that you can build on the offense. Not that there weren't when we broke down the defense, but yeah, I mean there it was overall a very good offensive showing. They I was hypercritical in this film review because I think that's the most important thing as we, move forward. But um, it was a much more enjoyable film review than the defensive film review. So go ahead and check that out if you enjoy pain or just want to know what the defense is all about. It's going to be right in the center of your screen. Um, And yeah, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, dealing with my raspy voice and dealing with a very frustrating loss. Tune in next week and go check that video out. Thanks, guys.